You guys let me know if you hear me, please. Please. Or see me for that matter. What's up, Christy? You guys hear me? Because I don't know sign language. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Jason. I got something queued up real quick, guys. You ready? Yeah, they'll probably demonetize me over that one. All right. What's up? So go ahead and get comfortable. Go ahead and lay back because I've got a long one for you tonight. That's what she said. Any Office fans out there? Just throwing it out there. Anybody into the Office out there? Nobody? Really? Wow. Okay. No. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Yep. Yep. The reason I'm asking is several people have emailed me to find out what I'm like in real life. And folks, I'm pretty much, if you're familiar with The Office and Duck Dynasty, I'm pretty much a love child between Jim Halpert and Jace Robertson. So if you're familiar with those two shows, you totally get me. So yeah, there's that. Dwight is funny. Yeah. If you're brand new here to Shotgun Saturday Night, folks, we're going to be talking a lot of prepping tonight, but we talk all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? New sub. Hello. I don't do TV, Gene. I don't blame you. For the most part, I don't do it either. There are certain shows. If I had to name my top 5 really quick, and you guys can tell me what you guys like, your top 5 or whatever, The Walking Dead, The Office, Duck Dynasty, Stranger Things, and Seinfeld. Because I'm old and Seinfeld is still funny to me. What's cracking? Prepping outside the box. Hi, Liz. So Westworld. Okay, I've never tried that. I've heard of it. I need to do it. Buffering? Really? Am I buffering, guys? Bo. Yeah, thank you for the coffee, by the way, which I've got it written down here to thank you for tomorrow morning's coffee. Okay, thanks, guys. Good here. All right. So anyway, before we get started, huge shout out again to Bo, William, and Heather for the coffee. I appreciate it a lot. And last week we hit 500, almost said 5,000, 500 likes during the live stream. So we're going to try and break that record tonight, folks. If it's possible to get past 500, that you got to have a short-term goal, and that's it. Smitty, all the Walking Deads and NCIS. I actually had it's random, but I had a really good friend in high school, and his nickname was Smitty because he sucked at basketball. I don't know where Smitty came from, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, just hit it. Just hit it. Uh-oh, Kevin Grip. Keep it up. Thank you, Kevin, for that donation. Yeah, I'm going to keep it up for at least an hour and a half. We just got started, so I'm going to try and do what I can here. Chris, thank you. What up, Coffee Club? All right. So a shout out to Natalie over on Patreon, who I've yet to hear from. I'm still waiting on an address. We actually picked these stuff up today. Got a few things to send her as soon as I get an address. What's up, Prepping Plumber? Christy, Jason, I see you guys. If you folks are new and you have a question, put it in all caps, please. And if you have any problems whatsoever, message a Blue Wrench there. They will help you out. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about the Trump COVID ordeal. I just saw on the news probably 30 minutes ago. Did you guys see that, where he posted a video saying he's feeling okay, he's ready to finish the job? Wondered if anybody had thoughts on that. Because my thoughts are this, okay, and this is just opinion, folks. Trump is really good at controlling the news. I have not heard a single thing about Joe Biden, and we're a month away from the election. Like, he is being drowned out right now by Donald Trump. Donald Trump's in a hospital with the COVID, and he is still dominating the headlines. He really knows what he's doing, folks. I know he gets on these Twitter tirades, and I know that a lot of people, it gets under their skin. One prepper said he was having trouble breathing. I heard that as well, Tiny. The problem is we don't really know for sure. I think that the White House is probably playing it down. It's probably a little more serious than they're making it out to be. But, then if you go over to CNN or MSNBC's on death's doorstep, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, he's really good at controlling the headlines. He really is. He knows exactly when to post videos, and he knows exactly when to tweet. He really knows how to get under people's skin, and he does it on purpose to control the headlines. So, yeah, I mean, he looked okay in the video. He wasn't wearing a tie, which is unusual for President Trump. I said Donald Trump earlier on the page today, and somebody called me out on it. They were upset. They were like, it's President Trump. It's President Trump, folks. I was just in a hurry. Not going to lie to you. Trump 2020, the Trump train. So here we go with the trains. I'm going to get to it later in the live stream tonight. I checked the trains out here locally, and so I'm going to tell you guys about that. But yeah, I just wondered what your thoughts were on Trump, the COVID ordeal. The thing with, I posted a video earlier this week, and some people were like, no, man, Mike Pence is, he would be an excellent choice for president. I think he would be as well. Personally, I think he's more presidential than Donald Trump, and I love the platform. I love what Mike Pence is all about. I was just worried about the White House switching hands. You know what I'm saying? This early before January. You know what I mean? Because it would just be total chaos. Scott Howard, hit the like button all. Yeah, man, we got to get it to 500 at least. That would be awesome. It helps us get found here on YouTube. They keep suppressing us for whatever reason. I don't know. All right, so somebody asked about, and the advanced preppers that are in here, you guys can, and gals, can throw your opinions down as well. Somebody asked on the page how to properly, I guess, bug into an apartment or bunker in when you have an apartment. And what I'm going to suggest, first of all, is the Nightlock, which is just a little metal piece that goes down at the bottom of the front door. It helps prevent the front door from getting kicked in. And you want to, of course, make sure that the windows are secured. And then, space is minimal in an apartment. And so I would designate at least one closet, if you can afford to do it space-wise, for a, kind of a prepping, like a second cupboard, because a lot of times cupboards in apartments are really small. You want to be sure that you have enough on hand. And I think it's called a water bob, guys, that goes in the bathtub. I don't actually have one. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Susan, there's several different ones, but the one that I personally like is called the Nightlock. And it just, it goes on the floor, and then you slide a metal piece in at the bottom of the door at night. Or, if chaos is right outside. And that way, when somebody comes to kick the door in, it's much, much harder to kick in. You can use containers under the bed. Absolutely. They make the totes that are really small. We have a few here. Yeah, water bob. Thank you, Christy. Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it. I wasn't sure if I was right. If you can't get a water bob or you can't afford one, you can clean the bathtub really good. If chaos is headed your way, and then you can fill it up. But the water bob just goes in. It's almost like a really thick bag that you fill up, and it keeps the water clean. Canned goods to the rafters. Absolutely, Kevin. canned goods, but a lot of times in apartment situations, I mean, they are limited on space. So if it's in your budget, freeze dried food takes up a lot less space, but you want to be sure that you have enough water for that because they do take a lot of water. Really quick, I want to show you guys something because I've seen some preppers here lately and they've got these. You guys seen these very small Mylar bags? I ordered some a while back and I want to tell you guys what I'm using these for. I don't actually know what they're supposed to be for, this small, but you can get, I got 100 for like $12 on Amazon. Thank you for the subscribe, Spencer. And I've got this one sealed. I don't have it marked yet, but I'm going to tell you, dehydrate it. Yeah, absolutely, Vicky. If you can afford it, you can get a dehydrator. And yeah, that's awesome. Medication, possibly. I thought maybe medication, but here's what: spice and tea, seeds. I did not even think about seeds. Copper goat. That's awesome. I need to remember that. But what I've actually been using these for, this has whole bean coffee in it. And I've been putting whole bean coffee, freedom seeds, and tobacco. Like you can buy a bag of, I think it's Cherry Cavendish is what I have. Michael, how's it going? It's going, brother. Thank you very much for that donation. It is going. You can get, that's an awesome deal for Dehydrator, Wisconsin. You can get like a bag of pipe tobacco, like cherry or whiskey flavored, whatever the case may be. And you can break it down and put it into these little babies right here and seal them up. And they are great for bartering. And my philosophy is simple on this. If you go shopping, you're not just using $100 bills all the time, right? At least if you write books for a living, you're not. So you need smaller bills, you need change. So in other words, I'm not going to trade an entire bag of whole bean coffee for a can of ravioli, for example. But I'm willing to trade one of these, maybe two of these. You know what I'm saying? So definitely worth looking into. And yeah, seeds. Patriot Allen, thank you very much for that. Micah, I've been seeing your name a lot. I did not know you were in Canada. That's cool, brother. Saskatchewan Rough Riders fan right here. Just saying. So yeah, I want to address something, folks, because I've been getting a lot of these messages on the page here lately, and I think they are from members of the Empire. For you folks that are not new, you know who I'm talking about. The firebombing. I've had a lot of people telling me that, you know, it's not going to matter about bunkering in and fortifying your home, because once the Empire gets to the rural areas, they're just going to firebomb places. And my response to that is you're going to need a heck of a lot more than just firebombs before you even make it out in these deep woods, son. Because once you step outside of the old city limits, you better be packing some heat. I don't have the shotgun queued up on the phone anymore, or I would play the sound effects again. But you better have boomsticks, and you better know how to use them. Jason E, thank you very much for that, sir. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna need more than a bottle of Colt 45 with a rag hanging out of it once you come up in these woods. I'm being dead serious on that. You know, it's one thing to pull this crap in Portland and Seattle, and I get it. You know, you got weak leadership there, and the police got their hands tied behind their back, basically. But once you step out of city limits, you're gonna need more than that. You'll never make it this far with just firebombs. I'm just saying. So, you know, you can keep posting that or whatever. If you want to believe that, you're welcome to believe it. I prefer that you have a lot of supplies when you come up to the Ponderosa with firebomb, because it will help me to stack to the rafters even more. I'm just saying. And I know a lot of people out there feel the same way. They're ready for these little Molotov cocktails. That's not going to fly here. Um, Big thank you to the moderators, to the blue wrenches up in here. I've got 4 or 5 moderators. They're doing a great job. We're almost halfway to 500 likes already, folks. That is awesome. Thank you very much for that. Speaking of, we're almost, Prepper Nation, folks, we're almost to 20,000 subscribers. That's insane. Natalie, I hope everyone in Prepper Nation is having a great night. Thank you very much for that. Are you the same Natalie over on Patreon that just won? If so, please let me know over on Patreon so I can get your package to you. If not, you need to be on Patreon. I'm just saying. But yeah, thank you very much for that. Speaking of thank yous, first of all, I am going to be appearing with Magic Prepper at sometime soon. I told him once he is over the COVID, we would work something out. He's going to handle the tech aspect of it because I'm terrible at the tech aspect of it. And I'm going to appear over at Magic Prepper on his channel. But I owe a lot of you a sincere thank you. Thank you, Susan. Because I was watching. What happens is, guys, I'm not going to lie, I stay pretty busy. And I'll sit down every 2 or 3 nights and I'll get caught up on my favorite prepping channels. And so I'm on Angry Prepper last night. And it was one of his recent videos. And hi, Michelle. And anyway, he's like asking who he should have on his show to interview next. And guys, there were like 25 people that dropped my name and Prepper Nation down. And what's up, Rick? And I was just floored. Like I was sitting there watching it, on my TV through my PlayStation. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have Prepper Nation on here. I'm like, what? So I had to go back. I loaded the computer up. I'm like, who's telling him about Prepper Nation? And there was like a flood. Yeah, I know. I saw that, Leah. There was like a flood of people that were saying, Prepper Nation, you need to have Prepper Nation. Yeah, Linda, it floored me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is one of my favorite 2 or 3 preppers out there. Thank you for that. What is that? Ramanati? All right. I heard it. Yeah, I did too. It was crazy. But yeah. So if he, my email is down below every video. If he kicks me an email, folks, you just heavily dished on Trump. I just unsubscribed to Angry Prepper. I love the channel. If you're talking about the one where he was going over the debate, minus the language that he dropped in that video, I actually do agree. I mean, that was a horrible debate. Now, if it's another one, I haven't seen it, to be honest with you. If he's done one today or whatever. But yeah, he drops language. Look, guys, I'm a born-again Christian. I try not to use language, but I can tolerate it. We have extended family. They come over. They cuss like they're out hunting Moby Dick, and it's cool. I get it. It's just not for me personally, but yeah, I can definitely appear on his channel and everything. I'm sure we would not agree on everything, myself and Angry Prepper, but it would be cool to be over there and, kind of exchange viewpoints and things. So yeah, if he emails me, I'm definitely down for that. And folks, thank you for that. Let me tell you about the trains here. Marie, you're very welcome. And thank you, April. So the trains that you guys have been hearing, I finally caught a glimpse of them, and I don't know what they're hauling. If you guys know about trains, other than the Trump train that you guys keep posting down here, they were stacked double high. I guess, what do you call them? Train cars or whatever, but they were closed. You couldn't see what were in them. They were like just shipping containers, and they were all different colors. But other than graffiti, I didn't really see any kind of marking or anything like that. if that makes sense. And there were a lot of them, folks, more than I'm ever used to seeing here locally. Yeah, I've been wondering too, Brenda. I don't know what's on them. That's the thing. Like I was expecting some. Sometimes you'll see like the tanker style, where they're hauling fluids or whatever, but these were just the storage containers. I don't know. They were headed north. That's all I know. Everyone donate $1.99. Thank you, Michael. Michael hooks them. I remember, man, you're a fisherman. But folks, listen, I don't want you to feel obligated to donate. I would rather see you guys prepping or, something like that. We're all on a budget. You know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate the support. Thank you for that. Crazy October. Let's talk about crazy October, because a lot of people are saying Trump having the COVID is the October surprise. I think we're in still yet for the October surprise. Jessica Bailey, thank you very much for that. Thank you. I think we're in for a lot more surprises this October. It is going to be insane. We were talking about the Empire earlier. We all know who I'm talking about. I saw a news article earlier where one of the members of the squad was calling Joe Biden out because Joe Biden's not being a nasty enough candidate. I don't know what a junior member of the House of Representatives is really doing questioning a presidential candidate. I'm not a huge Joe Biden guy, but he's kind of earned his stripes. You know what I mean? He's been there for a while. And here's somebody who's been there for 2 or 3 years. Thank you, Copper Goat. So I don't know. I don't think the squad has as much pull as they're kind of given in the media. You know what I mean? They're kind of lower level, but they kind of pander to the lower level voters. I don't mean that in an offensive way, but it is what it is, right? Pelosi's talking about impeachment. The dude is, from what we're being told, he's battling COVID, and Pelosi's talking about impeachment. It's just ridiculous. Everybody's slinging mud, it seems like, except Joe Biden. Thank you, Matthew Gray. I appreciate that very much. I saw you, Matthew, on, I don't remember which podcast it was. I was watching another podcast and you were over there. Was it The Angry Prepper? As a matter of fact, I don't remember which one it was. I replied to you, brother. But impeach, I don't put anything past either political party, but the left, they just don't want to see him reelected, man. They do not. Hot Rod Prepper, thank you very much. God bless you too, brother. I'm on Twitter, guys. For those of you who are on Twitter, it's @ and then the #1 Prepper Nation. Kelly. Could Trump and Pence get sick, not die, and Pelosi takes over if they are too sick? Unfortunately, yeah. What would have to happen is President Trump would have to relinquish his power to Mike Pence. Now, Mike Pence has been tested, and so far he's negative. Thank you, Spencer, for that. So far he's negative, but there's like a certain, 4 or 5 days, and then they test you again. If they were both to get sick and Mike Pence could not perform the duties of president either, at that point, he could relinquish power, and that would go to the Speaker of the House, which unfortunately would be Nancy Pelosi. And you want to talk about a shift event? Let Nancy Pelosi run the country. And that would be no good for anybody, I promise you. But anyway, so I'm on Twitter. I'm not over there that much anymore. I used to be on there all the time. Michael, the Empire, that would be the extreme left. But every time I say the extreme left, YouTube smacks me in the face. So we're calling them the Empire because stormtroopers can't shoot. So I'm over there, and there's so many people wishing ill on President Trump. for political reasons. And I get it. They don't agree with anything the guy has to say. But I mean, just to, they're wishing death and everything. And I'm like, who does that? I don't understand how you get that far down the political rabbit hole to where you're wishing death on people. Indiana Prepper, what's up? Please ask questions in all caps so they're easier to see. Thank you. The sidebar is flying, Christy. Walking Dead, have you got to Negan yet? I'm just asking. Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberlyn, is that right? Thank you very much. I'm holding my eyes are slow. This coming up week, folks, I'm going to be reviewing a couple of prepper items, believe it or not. The Ruger flashlight slash stun. I guess it's a stun gun, even though it's not a gun. I'm going to be reviewing that this week here on YouTube and showing you guys ins and outs. I will not be stunning myself, for those of you who are wondering. Had a couple people suggest that, and Hot Rod Prepper, why is it only Republicans that are getting the virus? I wondered that myself earlier today. I saw a bunch, Chris Christie, I saw a bunch of Republicans. I'm wondering, and this is just a theory, if it's not part of a coup. But that's just me. The Ruger flashlight, I'm going to be reviewing that, showing you guys the ins and outs. Stay real, Christy. Thank you very much. That's what we love about you. I'm going to try. I'm going to have to speak in code or something. We're going to have to come up with some pig Latin up in here. I've got to make a list of like the words that they flag or something. The only explanation I've been given, Christy, and there have been, so far there have been two, but they've been very popular videos. Donald Brown, $10. Thank you. Long live the good Lord's Jedi. Thank you very much for that, sir. The only explanation really I've been given is that it wasn't good for advertisers, whatever that means. I don't even know what I did in the video or said. I try not to say anything over the line, but I mean, can a guy have an opinion? You know what I'm saying? But the other thing that I'm going to be reviewing is a portable solar block. I think it's by 4 Patriots. I picked it up for around $50, and I'm thinking about giving that away next month on Patreon because so far it's been awesome. But I'll review that with a video sometime this week. Now let's get into a little news here at the Ponderosa. And before I take a drink of coffee here, does anybody else out there have celebrity crushes? Celebrity crushes. Yes. Okay. Gordon Ramsay. Really? All right. So my wife's celebrity crush is, if you guys have watched Grey's Anatomy, which most people have, I don't like it. I just don't like it. But McDreamy. Who is McDreamy on there? I think it's the guy with the hair, right? Lynn, yes. Does that mean you have a bunch of celebrity crushes or what's up? Tom Hanks, Ryan Gosling. Wow. No Sam Elliott's in here. My mother-in-law's like in love with Sam Elliott. Patrick Dempsey, yeah. He thank you, Virginia. He also does the race car. Mine, and most people are not going to know who this is, folks. But if you're in the country and you like country music, the girl from the Luke Combs Hurricane video. I don't even have a name. But yeah, there you go. Please hit the like, Jason E. Thank you very much. We're trying. Yeah, Lynn said Sam Elliott from Roadhouse, right? We're trying to get to 500 likes. Please give it a thumbs up. It helps us get seen here, folks. Johnny Depp. Okay, I can maybe see that. McDreamy. Oh, man. Joe Biden can sniff my hair. Okay, Peter. I'm not even going to question that, brother. Not Roadhouse. Really? Tiny Titan, not Roadhouse. I've seen Sam Elliott in Roadhouse and a bunch of Westerns, and he's good in all of them, man. Hugh Jackman. Okay. Well, I just figured I would mention that. Anybody else seen the hurricane video by Luke Combs, or am I the only one? A shout out to California, lovely girl. Absolutely, Donald. Yeah, if you're in California, especially if you're conservative, you have earned a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Jason Momoa. Yeah, that's a popular one, right? I kind of got the Jason Momoa going on, but my face looks a little different, right? All right. Um, the In Tombstone, I got to go back and watch that, Darren. I did not. It's been so long since I've seen it. I didn't even realize he was in Tombstone. To be honest, I knew Val Kilmer was. Wow. Yeah, let me go back on that one. A lot of people have been telling me they have problems with getting notifications or getting randomly unsubscribed. Um, like I said, I've had 2 videos demonetized. I went back to the first one and I got hit with a commercial right out of the gates of, and it was Stacey Abrams. Is that her name? The Democrat mayor who actually wasn't a mayor or something. Like she got caught cheating on the votes or whatever. And I'm like, first of all, why am I getting hit with Stacey Abrams, if that's her name, right? Second of all, who is getting the money from the advertising? Because for you YouTubers out there, when you do the monetization, you have a little green money sign. And I didn't even know. I didn't get an email, and I happened to see she ran for governor. Okay, thank you, Peter. What's up, open minded Texas, man? Yeah, that's what's up. But I have 2 videos, and I was scrolling down through, and they had the yellow money sign. I'm like, what's this up? What's this all about? So I hover over, and that's when I found out they had been demonetized. I'm like, you're kidding, man. One of them had almost like 44,000 views. Like, are y'all kidding me right now? But yeah, so the problems, I mean, I've probably had 24 people tell me this, and I don't know what's going on. Shelly Michelle, Leo DiCaprio. I'm not going to judge because Titanic is one of my favorite movies. It's just an awesome movie. And, anybody that's in a movie with Kate Winslet back in the day, what can you say? They're already a celebrity status. You know what I'm saying? I'm your Huckleberry. That's right. I need to go back and watch that movie. I really do. Resident Evil. I haven't seen a Resident Evil movie in so long. Pelosi will not be president. Daryl from The Walking Dead. My daughter likes Daryl from The Walking Dead. She's also a huge Negan fan. Keanu Reeves. He's a cool dude in real life, from what I understand. All right. Somebody asked earlier today what my take on the ammo shortage is. It's real. The struggle is real, at least where I'm at. Really, Matthew, I did not know that the people got enough signatures to undo the governor's emergency powers Friday night in Michigan. I'm going to have to go back and research that. That's Gretchen Whitmer, right? It's pretty bad. I'm all the way on the East Coast, and I know her. Like, I feel like we went to high school together because she is so overbearing with power. She's like a dictator over there. No, I did not, Jason. I did not watch that rally. I'm sure it's on YouTube though. The ammo shortage is real. We were in Rule King earlier today, as a matter of fact, and they had 2 signs up back in the gun section. The smaller shells, like the 22, 38, it was gone, son. There was no 9mm, nothing. And they had shotgun shells, but they had limited it, I think, to 2 boxes per customer. Thank you, Greg. Thank you very much for that. It's huge everywhere. I mean, the ammo, it's ridiculous. And then the price, some of the shotgun shells were still reasonable, and then some of them were up there. They had plenty of guns, plenty of rifles. I saw, some long rifles and plenty of handguns, a couple of ARs, but they were up there. I mean, they were like $1,200. But what are you going to shoot with them? You know what I'm saying? Uh, so some people are saying, they're not seeing an ammo shortage, and I'm like, you better hoard it while you can get it because it's coming. AK. Let's see here. Trench shotgun from World War II. That is fantastic. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to college to get a master's degree so I can teach history. And my specialty is actually in World War II and military strategy. So I love World War II. Huge MP40 fan, by the way. How long? Somebody asked how long until the horde leaves the cities. I mean, it depends. I don't see the zombie horde, the empire, if you will, leaving the cities until after the election at the minimum. Should Biden win the election, they may not leave at all. But you're going to see a lot of changes in rural America. Now, if Trump is reelected, it probably won't be long until, you'll have a lot of violence, a lot of protesting, things like that, even more so than you have now. And then, I mean, you have to look at it from the viewpoint of a trucker. I wouldn't drive a truck into Portland, or Seattle or even Atlanta right now. So eventually truckers are just going to be like, no, I'm not putting my life on the line. And when that happens and they begin to run out of supplies, because not all city people, they're preppers in cities, but most people who live in a city, I mean, how much food and stuff do they have in their home? 2 or 3 days tops. OR's life. Thank you. What does that say? Get good. That's awesome, man. These stickers crack me up. Thank you for that, by the way. But yeah, I mean, how long after the supplies run out before they're going to start doing what zombies do and just, in a herd, just rolling out with their little Molotov cocktails, their little glass bottles of